What's up, everybody? I am back with a new Smash JT reaction video. So, shout out to Smash JT for giving me a nice little shout out on a recent video I reacted to his, and that made my day. It really did. So, we got a new video, this one titled Xbox New Strategy. Sounds familiar. And it's been a while since we talked about this lady who, I forgot her name, but she's supposed to be the new CEO of Xbox right now. And there's been some recent changes she implemented to the company. So I want to see if we can get some details here. But definitely follow Smash JT. I'll leave a link in the description to the original video below on my YouTube channel, or this YouTube video. I want to make sure I show the original content creator some props. Definitely subscribe, follow, and like this video, and check out my YouTube and Twitch channel, Talkative Carl, as I stream games, react to videos, and review content. So we'll get right into it.
Xbox is making some big moves, if we are to believe Asha Sharma. And
Sharma,
when your back gets put against the wall and you got to start making decisions to save your company, maybe this is the start of a turnaround. But you're not going to find me in line expecting that, because at this point, I've lost all faith in this company, and they're going to need to earn me caring about them again in the future. And so far, it's been too little, too late. But hey, I'm here with the popcorn watching the entertainment.
I think Ubisoft is in a worse state than Xbox. Personally, Ubisoft is probably bottom of the barrel in terms of the entire gaming industry. It's very bottom of the barrel, in my opinion. Blizzard's probably just a notch above them.
Are Xbox and Matt Booty right behind her there? Which, again, I would argue Matt Booty should have been made president of Xbox, but no, they had to go with Asha Sharma, who knows nothing about video games, and has Matt Booty just basically directing traffic for everything while she's there to say, sounds good. Yep. Culture Crave says the new Xbox logo has been revealed. And you know what? I love it. I do.
It's like old school Xbox logo. Like, it'd be hard pressed not to like it. I just can't help but think about the original Xbox with this kind of logo, just with a little bit more like sheen to it.
It's like harkening back to the old school original Xbox. I can jam with this. That's good. Okay. We are Xbox. This is from the Xbox Newswire. This message was sent to Team Xbox employees globally. Dear team, Xbox has always been different. We started with
this is published on my birthday, so news dropped on my birthday.
Simple idea: games should bring people together through shared experiences. That led to the first Xbox in 2001. Xbox Live in 2002, which I would actually argue, before the enshittification of live service games and going online with all these consoles, Xbox Live revolutionized how gaming worked. It was...
Full disclosure, I wasn't like a huge fan of like going online and playing with people like that. Maybe it's just me being an introvert. I wasn't like super comfortable with it. It took me a long time before I decided to like get into it. But I was super hesitant at first. I was used to playing with myself.
Phrasing.
But then the introduction of the whole live service, online gaming, that took getting some used to for me.
That big of a deal. It was awesome. And new ways to connect, from friends lists and achievements to parties and play across devices. Today, Xbox reaches over 500 million players around the world, with some of the most important franchises in entertainment. From the beginning, Xbox was built by people willing to try things that others wouldn't. We placed a consumer bet inside an enterprise company because we believed gaming would define the living room, and we were at risk of missing it. Yeah, they lost a lot of money with the original Xbox at launch. That spirit has carried us through the last 25 years, and it is required to carry us forward. We have work to do. Players are frustrated. New feature drops on consoles have been less frequent. Our presence on PC isn't strong enough. I don't care about Xbox on PC. I don't. They've tried this so many times. Like, bro, PC is Steam. It is. You can't compete with it. They want what Valve has so badly. They can't have it. So they're like, oh, PC isn't strong enough. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Stick with the console market. That's where you shine. Pricing is getting harder for people to keep up with. Yep. And core experiences like search, discovery, social, and personalization still
because most games, not too long in the future, most games will end up costing close to like $80, which is, and that will be the standard stuff, not the deluxe, unless you get smarter developers like Sandfall, who appropriately price their games according to what was put into it. So like that was like somewhere between $40 to $50 Expedition 33, and you got a ton out of it, and you didn't have to gouge you out of every dollar you had just to purchase it. And it was complete game, not half-assed. So you can miss me talking about like, oh, these games have to be like $70 or $80 worth. No, they don't. Not really. Depending on how much you probably put into it, maybe. But sometimes you don't need so much involved in a particular game.
Segmented. Developers and publishers are asking for more too. Better tools, better insights, and a platform that helps them grow faster. At the same time, a new generation of players is coming online with different expectations. Their time is split across games, media, and everything else competing for attention. They expect more content in familiar places, want to shape the worlds they play in, and want to create and socialize together, not just play together. I wouldn't necessarily fully disagree with this because yes, there is certainly an element to this, but at the same time, it's a very double-edged sword. There's another angle to this that they're missing out on is if you make an incredible experience, the people will come to you. You don't need to meet the people where they are. All too many times these companies are like, oh, Fortnite's successful. Let's just make another Fortnite-like game. That's Concord. It doesn't work. Like, you need to make something unique for people to come to you, not just copy what's already working out there. In gaming, it's all about creativity and originality and uniqueness and driving the medium forward. Not, hey, what's working? Let's just do that and make the 5th iteration of it and make it worse and charge more for it. These changes are happening as the industry reshapes around us. Console remains large and stable. You sure about that? Windows now represents more players and more hours and is increasingly where competition is the most intense. Players have access to more games than ever, even as the cost and time to build blockbuster titles continues to rise. It shouldn't. If you utilize AI properly and hire the good developers to make the games, you could make a great AAA experience in less than 3 years. You really could. There's no way a game should be taking 5, 8, 10 plus years. That is not our fault. That is your fault. Putting pressure on what gets made and how risk is taken. Some of the biggest reasons.
Sorry. He's mostly right. Shouldn't take that long. The only notable exceptions I can think of off the top of my head is games like Final Fantasy that obviously so much involved with games like that makes sense. It's nearly 5 years long because there's so much put into it. Good stuff. I ain't talking about like just jumping up mass busy work bullcrap for the consumer to justify it costing X amount of money. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake took quite a bit of time to come out. But when it did come out, it was so enjoyable, so much to do, so much involved that, yeah, you can see why they took the time that it took just to give us what we got. So it all, I hate to use the phrase, it all depends, but it depends. But not every game is Final Fantasy, so they don't get that. Final Fantasy, Square Enix has leeway more so than most other games. Maybe GTA is up there too in terms of a decent leeway. It's allowed to have some X amount of years, not crazy long. 5 years should be the max. Don't get me wrong. 5 years should be the max. That's more than long enough for you to put in work into a new game. Between like maybe 3 to 5 years is more than long enough. I think that's fair to say with any game. 3 to 5 years is more than long enough if you put in the work. I'm not trying to tell like a game developer how to do their jobs, but I'm just saying, I think that's a reasonable timeline.
Hits are coming from small teams or even single creators. And places like Roblox are producing experiences that rival major franchises in scale. Yes, I will tell you, by the way, just in my own personal dad life experience, my kids enjoy Roblox. They really do. I don't love them playing it, but they really enjoy it. And they have their own private servers where they don't interact with weirdos and stuff like that. And I even talked to my son about that. He's like, Dad, I know about those people and we don't go to those. I was like, okay, good. So I was talking to my son about that. And tonight, when I was making dinner, I was actually cooking steaks on my barbecue. And behind me, my daughter and one of our neighbors were on their iPads playing Roblox. And I heard my son on the audio, and he's in his bedroom playing Roblox on his computer. And they have the chat feature. They're all talking to, they're calling it like hacking the game or whatever. And they're having like the most fun ever with it. So as much as people want to dunk on Roblox as a company, it does penetrate the market for the medium of where people, where this age bracket really enjoys playing the games, and it seems to be pretty universal.
My brother really enjoyed Roblox.
All the kids are talking
I'm not
about
sure if he's playing it as much as he used to,
as far as game experiences go. And that is what's beating out the big graphic games and the high fidelity and all the other stuff. People just want a fun social experience. More players are choosing subscriptions and services as their primary way to play. You sure about that? With expectations set around instant access, ongoing value, and libraries that evolve continuously. I disagree with this. If that was the case, you would not need to lower the price of Game Pass because everybody would be paying for that because that's where they want to be. You're lying here. You're trying to speak a truth to reality in your own head. This is not what's happening, though. Not more players are choosing subscriptions and services. No, they aren't. More players are wanting to get away from that. They're trying to will this into a reality. The industry is becoming global and competitive. More than half of the market's revenue, players, and growth are happening outside the core markets. They're talking about mobile. But the rest of the world is not just a large market. Developers there are increasingly competing with the most established Western studios, combining scale, speed, and a willingness to reinvent genres many once considered mature. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Wow, okay. So you gotta get away from Game Pass? Even though you said that's where people are going, Xbox will be where the world plays. Okay, so you're not getting away from that's literally what Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were doing. Xbox Anywhere. This is an Xbox campaign. This is the same damn thing. You're just using different words. What does Xbox become in the next era? Xbox will be where the world plays and creates. We will build a global platform that connects players and creators everywhere. Console is at the foundation, delivering a premium experience, and cloud, nobody wants this, brings that experience to any device. You can play where you want, and your games, progress, friends, and identity, I like the verbiage here used, your identity stays with you across console, PC, mobile, and cloud. Xbox will be built to be affordable, personal, and open. We will offer flexible pricing, so it's easy to lure people in and then raise the prices on them later once they're stuck with us. Oh, wait, no, that's not what it says. So it's easy to get started and keep playing. The experience will adapt to you, letting you customize how you play, helping you find what you'll love, and connecting you with the right people. And we will be open to all creators, from individuals to the largest studios, giving anyone the tools to reach a global audience and keep their games growing over time. Our new North Star will be daily active players. None of this is different than what they were doing before. Am I missing something here?
I expected something
using like different words to say.
I mean, like other than the logo, there's nothing really new. Like nothing jaw dropping. It's like, yeah, okay.
Same thing. None of this is actually different, but okay. We will execute this through 4 priorities: hardware, content, experience, and services. They go through hardware, content.
What would really be like jaw dropping, that would, really set the internet on fire if Sharma or Swarma, whoever her name is, announced like, yeah, we're eliminating DEI, we're focus on making good story and not pushing ideology into our stuff. That would be game changer. That will be something to really talk about, and Xbox will be really on the high rise in popularity and what's the word? The support will be from true gamers will be overwhelming, because like, yes, that's what we want. We want some true games like Expedition 33 or Final Fantasy 7, like true games that that's supposed to be escapism and not trying to push agendas on some bullcrap like that. That's something that it'll be a great announcement. She will probably be instantly beloved. People are skeptical of her, but the best way to win a lot of the true gamers and true Xbox fans instantly is make that announcement without hesitation.
All these things, okay, great. Fortify Game Pass with a clear differentiation and sustainable economics. Return the business to durable growth with strong cost discipline. Read that the business is not a durable growth right now. Make Cloud Play feel native, fast, and reliable across TVs and low-cost devices. Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI, and share more as we learn and decide. AKA, they are definitely going to be using AI
business
in
earlier.
the future.
Hold on.
They literally brought in the head of AI, Asha Sharma, from Copilot to run the gaming division. A girl that knows nothing about video games. She knows only about AI. And people are like, oh, they're totally not going to use AI with this. Yes, they are. That's actually why they brought her in. We are Xbox. To achieve our master plan, the way we work must transform. Our best work happens when the full stack moves together. Microsoft Gaming describes our structure, but it does not describe our ambition. So we are going back to where we started and changing our team's name. We are Xbox. We are a high agency culture. Oh boy. They just use the word agency and culture, where wild and wonderful ideas thrive. This is very DEI and bridge talk right there. Our job is not to smooth over our differences. What is this, the DEI paragraph? But to connect everyone into something greater than any one studio or product. No. The whole purpose of doing this is to make the individual companies stand out, to let people gravitate towards what they love, not putting it all under one thing and working together. No. We have to be honest about where we are. We're a challenger, and meeting this moment will require pace, energy, and a level of self-critique that should feel uncomfortable. At our best, we earn every player, protect our art, stay rebellious, progress over perfection, signal over ceremony, core before more. I feel like this was written by ChatGPT, by the way. Outwork the perform, speed is learning, makers over managers, clarity is kindness. Over the last 5 years, Xbox and the industry have been through an unimaginable amount of change, and this team has continued to deliver through it for our community. Thank you for staying focused on what matters. 62 days in, we're proud of how we've honored our commitments of great games, return of Xbox, and the future of play. We're here to do the most creative and courageous work of our lives, and that's what we'll do.
Some of the gaming industry, just like most industries, are so feminized where they so concerned about everybody's little feelings. Back in the day, and you can, debate on how harsh they probably were, but people like directors and certain writers and producers wouldn't hesitate to give people shit in order to at least wield an iron hand in order to get the best out of their people in order to produce great product. They didn't care about what might hurt their feelings if they might yelled a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying like they should be like abusive physically, but it all depends on what is said. But for the most part, it's like none of this feeling based bullcrap. Like, we're trying to make something great, okay? It's like, I'm not gonna sit there and be coddling your doggone feelings. Clarity is kindness. What the hell does that even mean? It's like, it's entertainment. You want it to be the fun environment, sure, but it's still a job. And I think a lot of these industries are too concerned about, thanks, it's like the HR people, but too concerned about like, people's little feelings.
Together. With gratitude, Matt and Asha. I like how it leads with Matt, by the way. I still keep going back to like the whole Matt Booty should be running this. I'm just so confused why Asha Sharma is even there. This is just like the rah-rah, yay, we can do things, power people, we got this. They are deploying a brand new strategy. And allegedly, Microsoft Xbox is going to be changing to move them forward in a better direction. Jeff Keighley says, Xbox has announced its new strategy. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Changes include reevaluation of exclusivity, Windows, and AI. Microsoft Gaming back to Xbox, new North Star, daily active.
Not a huge fan of utilizing AI. Not saying you can't use it as a possible tool, which maybe was the initial intention, but full well people are going to be abusing it for every little thing. It'll be like the new green screen of today, where people want to just plop somebody in front of it and just let it do the work, or CGI. That'd probably be a better analogy. The way people abuse the heck out of CGI, AI is going to be, theorizing, it'll be abused in an exact similar way when lazy ass directors or writers or people who's working behind the scenes in gaming or movies or TV is just CGI it. It'll be the new we'll handle it in post. We'll handle it in editing. It'll be the new version of that. People just being so lazy, just make AI do it. And it kind of robs any sense of humanity and soul behind these products.
Players. Mighty Keith, very rare that I agree with him on anything, but this time I did. Where he quote tweets it, ha ha ha. I remember trying to tell people how exclusives are important to the console ecosystem, and people said it was anti-consumer. Within the same year, both Sony and Microsoft have gone back to focusing on exclusivity. I wonder why. I mean, yes, it's a little bit of a straw man, but no, there were some people that were pushing the exclusives are bad. And I was just like, no, in gaming, you need exclusives. That's what draws people to your platform, creates the ecosystem for a thriving gaming environment. If you start going everywhere, what's the point of your console anymore? Pirate Nation says, Microsoft's new Xbox chief, Asha Sharma, is reevaluating exclusive games. In a memo to employees, she and Xbox...
at that point, might as well just combine every console into just one. Playbox Nintendo. That's what you should just call it. So that way you don't have to worry about cross-platforming.
Content officer Matt Booty wrote, along the way, we'll reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI, and sharing more as we learn and decide. This comes after Microsoft started releasing some first-party games on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. The company is now rethinking its strategy while focusing on growing daily active players. So I hope you enjoyed the Xbox Studio games coming to different platforms, because it sounds like that's going to be stopping. And we'll leave it at this because I thought this was fascinating. This also came out today. Halo Studios, owned by Microsoft. Dexerto said, Halo Studios are ditching Battle Royale in favor of an extraction shooter for an upcoming project, according to reports. Because apparently marathon failing wasn't a lesson that you learned. You need to learn the lesson. How many times do we need to teach you this lesson, old man? You really want to go back to extraction shooter? I would argue.
How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
But you want to ditch that and go to an extraction shooter for it? Why? Why do they do these stupid decisions? I already know this is at least $250 million being thrown into the fire again. I'm like over here, just give me like 4 million. Give me 4 million. I'll go in there, I'll fire everyone, and I'll keep the people that were actually working on the game to make it good and work on the game that people actually want to play. I'll keep them. Fire all these decision makers that keep saying all this stupid shit. Save your company infinite money, and I make way more money. Let's win-win. What do we...
Because Smash JT is the dad that needs to be in these industries to tell people what's what. The strong arm, the testosterone that is needed in these gaming industries, not just with Xbox, but a lot of these gaming industries. Hell, a lot of these movie studios and needs like a father figure and the set the mom aside. Like, you done enough. Here's what we're gonna do. You can like it or lump it. I don't care. This is what we're gonna do. You can piss and moan on Twitter all you want, but you'll be the one that's gonna be finding a new job. We're not doing any of this crap. You had 5-6 years of having your little way, and it nearly is destroying society. Get the hell out. That's what a lot of these industries need. The dad. They need to bring the dad back.
Doing here? Who makes these decisions? Why does this keep happening? I'll be here to roast it, but holy shit. How many times do you have to bang your head against the wall before you're like, that really hurts. I should probably stop doing that. I'll leave that there. Wandering slacker. I don't know.
Hashtag bring back the dads.
But no, I would want that because I would definitely go in there and clean a house. I would fire hose that shit. Like, we're just blasting people left and right out of here. Cleaning up.
Go Thanos. Go scorch earth on these industries.
Bringing in actual developers that care about the Halo franchise. The rainbow shit gotta go, bro. That is, yeah, exactly. Hatchet JT. AI Halo extraction shooter. There you go. House cleaning. Shit. Clean up aisle 9. Last house. I think you're onto something. I mean, it's what it takes. Like, this is the frustrating thing about Asha Sharma is she's not changing the mentality. She's just saying we need to go to where the players are. No, you need to change the mentality of your organizations under you. The whole, like, I want to hear we're getting away. They're never going to do this, by the way. We're getting away from activism. We're getting away from pushing agendas. We're going back to the roots of what we do best. Focus on making great games. And with that in mind, we are making a corporate standpoint of no game studios are allowed to support activist sites ever again. Moving forward, they make that announcement, I'll be like,
none of the activist stuff, none of this, like, prostrating, none of that stuff you probably see in those award shows when they want to, like, support whatever, cause or whatever. None of this, like, wearing these stupid little pins for whatever stupid thing you want to talk about. Like, remember what Ricky Gervais says. Like, come up there, accept your award, thank your guy, thank your agent, and fuck off. But we work it for the gaming industry. It's like, no, we don't care about your little activism. You know nothing about the world. Just make your games and fuck off. You're there to make good games, story, layered characters. Something like Expedition 33, Marvel Rivals, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake. Those games are focused on story, making the game fun. That is it. That's all you need to worry about. If you get some people trying to worm their way in, trying to make some gay couple in there, or trying to put a rainbow flag on a suit, or, like, a trans bartender, or any of this crap, fired immediately. Or at the very least, if you can't fire them on the basis of that, just demote the hell out of them. Make them suffer some level of consequence if you can't just straight up fire them. They need to know we're not tolerating this. I'm the boss. And the bosses should be able to, like, run the company how they should. Damn any consequences on Twitter, or not worry about being bullied into, like, taking on this crap. A guy gotta grow some balls or grow some ovaries and say, no, we're not having this crap. I don't care what celebrity, I don't care if, like, you quote tweeted something Charlize Theron said, or, like, oh my God, this is what happens when, the patriarchy takes over, or this is what happens when, like, you lose out on, opportunities because the white man did this. No, I don't care. You gotta say, I do not care. Piss and moan all you want. I don't care. This is my company. I get to run it how I see fit. You go to your own, make your own studio. Run it the way you want to. See how far you get. You learn this from the Concord games. Hey, glad that you made your own games. You can put your little body positivity characters, there all day long. Goes to show, did not work well. It did terribly in the history of games. It did horrible. This goes to show this does not work. And you're trying to expand it on every part of the gaming industry? No, you'll end up ruining it. So don't let it go anywhere near you. That's what it needs to happen.
All right, we're actually onto something now. We might. I'm listening, Asha. I'm listening. You got my attention now. Until that happens, no. Now this is all just word salad and just trying to make the Xbox think that something different is happening. Nothing different is happening. It's the same damn thing.
I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like, I really like his take on this because there's, like I said, we need to bring back the dads in these spaces. The dads need to come back. The gaming industry, and they come back in the movie, TV shows industry, and they come back even in like the comic book and book publishing industries. Coming in and it's like things have been too feminized. Putting a mom, tell her to sit down somewhere because apparently you had the run of the show for X amount of years at this point, and you for the most part are tanking everything. Most people can't even enjoy most of everything because everything is about feelings and identity politics and gender discussions or pushing some kind of agenda. It's just like, it's tiring. And all these little outlets, for the most part, were meant to be escapism, a reprieve from the real world. Something people could just enjoy at the end of the long day at work or at school. But no, we gotta leave the real world just to look at it again in a virtual world. It's nauseating. But anyway, I'll see you guys for the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see y'all later. Peace.